win or lose, how much of what the Cavs did this year was going to factor into what you decided to do in the summer?
Well, I didn't play this season wondering about what I was going to do in the offseason. I approached every game, every practice, every day like it was my last. And I just wanted to try to continue to get better as a leader and as a player every day. But it didn't, at one point or any point did it ever factor in what I was going to do this summer.
LeBron, I know you have no intention of making any excuses, but as much as you did, that still didn't look like you out there. You didn't go hard to the basket right-handed, maybe a handful of times this series. Were you limited by the elbow?
Well, like I said, I made no excuses. And I had opportunities to do things that, I wanted to do, and it just didn't fall for me. But not using the elbow as an excuse, it limited me some. And I mean, you hope to be 100% going to any series, but I mean, at this point in the season, I don't know if there's anybody on both teams that's 100%. So,
with all due respect, it seemed like it limited you a lot. It seemed like there was a large part of your game that was missing.
Well, I got a lot of time to think about it now.
LeBron, you said this past summer that when you walked off the court in Orlando, you had a lot of emotions going through you. What do you feel like this time?
I feel the same way. I mean, I have no plans at this point. I've made no plans, so you want to continue to win throughout the postseason. I mean, that's what I geared myself towards, and the fact that it's over right now is definitely a surprise for myself. But I mean, it is what it is. A friend of mine told me today after the game that I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally, accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on individually for myself right now.
This idea of your free agency this summer, all of that is something that you've been asked about for years now, something that you planned when you did your last contract. What does it feel like to know that it's finally that time?
Well, I will approach this summer with the right mindset. Me and my team will approach it the right way. But I haven't really thought about it just now. I'm kind of still, trying to figure out, what went wrong in this series or things that we did right. So, see what happens.
Do you have any sense of how you're going to approach it, though?
Nope.
Two quick questions. Was there anything more wrong with the elbow than you guys have talked about to this point?
Nope.
And the fans of Cleveland obviously are now going to be in serious panic mode about the future. What can you say to them about your future and your decision?
Well, just like I said, I'm going to approach this summer with the right mindset, and me and my team is going to figure out what's the best possibility for me. I love the city of Cleveland, of course. The fans, another disappointing season, to say the least, but at the same time, we have a great time together. So we see what happens.
LeBron, here to your right, Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. As you look at the team you have now, how do you see it in terms of being a contender that can come back again and again?
Well, I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't know everyone's contract situation as far as years and things like that. But we had a great team, we had a really good team, and we played hard all year. We didn't quite figure it out throughout the whole postseason. Didn't play consistent basketball, and that's why at this point Boston is moving on. But for the most part, as a team, we all get along, and we had a great year.
Bill Rhoden, LeBron, of the New York Times. A lot of people are going to be asking you about where, but it seems like what you're trying to decide right now is why. Why did this happen?
Well, it's the only thing I can think about right now is the season being over. You always, you have high expectations going into the postseason. You never can predict the future, but at the same time, you hope for things that's much brighter than what's going on right now. So, as an individual, I'm gonna continue to get better throughout the offseason like I always do, and I'll come back a better player next season, and still have the same goals.
LeBron, Mike Petralia, WEEI. What did the Celtics do to you and the team? And the second part of that question is, what do you think was missing this series from you guys?
Well, I think Boston, first of all, had a great game plan. I think the coaching staff gave them a great game plan, and they try to keep us on the perimeter as much as possible. They got a lot of veteran players that's been in postseason games, and they all just bought into their system, and it worked for them. I think we had opportunities to win the game, to win the series, but we didn't execute. I mean, for 48 minutes as close as possible every game. And when you don't do that against a very experienced team, against a team that's been around this block more than once, then you can definitely end up on the losing side.
Brian Windhurst, Cleveland Plain Dealer. LeBron, what did you feel about your team's game plans and some of the rotations and defensive matchups that Mike tried?
Say it again.
How did you feel about your team's game plans and the defensive matchups that Mike tried?
Well, I think we had good game plans going into the game. I think sometimes we could have made some better adjustments throughout the course of the game, but for the most part, we had a game plan. We tried to go out and execute it. Did it always work? No. Did it work sometimes? Yes. But tonight was a game that we fought hard. But when you turn the ball over as much as we did, and give up 27 points off our turnovers, it's very difficult. But I think tonight we left it on the court, and we have nothing to hang our heads low about tonight's performance.
Brian, you spoke about when July 1st comes, going into it with the right mindset. Could you define what you mean by going into it with the right mindset?
First of all, I want to win, and that's my only thing. That's my only concern. I've always prided myself on becoming a better basketball individually, and then taking that onto the court. So it's all about winning for me, and I think the Cavs is committed to doing that. And but at the same time, I've given myself options to this point. And like I said before, me and my team we have a game plan that we're going to execute, and we'll see where we'll be at. All right, thanks.